Nah, this isn't doing it for me. I need to draw on something else. Something stupider. Actually, I think I have an idea. Give me just a moment to get this canvas ready. Now let's begin.
lightsaber collection.
No, it's fine, and yes, I can. Just, don't look too closely at his hands. While I got you all here, let me run through the calls to action real quick.
Hit the like button. Hit subscribe if you haven't.
And if you want to take part in the community art showcase, make some sort of art with the prompt of
Weaponry
by the end of
the 31st.
And post it to the channel Discord. Link in the channel description. That out of the way, would you guys like to see me do some jewelry craft and beadworking? Because I haven't done that in a long while and I kind of want to do it some more. I have a massive pile of beads and wires that I probably should do something with at some point. Hey, Ragnarok. Scream resonance. Hey, Ragnarok. Scream resonance.
No, not for this one. This one needs creepy music.
I like the False Hydra as a monster concept. It's pretty cool to me. It and other things like it, which a certain foundation would refer to as anti-memetic entities, are a really interesting concept to me. Because anytime something like this is introduced, it stops being a battle of martial powers or who can fire the biggest energy beam and becomes a battle of who can think the most creatively, who can use the most out-of-the-box thinking around the problem logic to defeat whatever it is. And that can make a really interesting story. I got asked to draw one of my subscribers, Your Local Noobs OC, a character named Nyx. I get the feeling that the character has some lore behind it, but all I really know about them is that the traffic cone is a part of their head, they aren't supposed to be able to take off their mask, but they have multiple times in the past for some reason, and they have a weird lamprey-like mouth. Oh, and they might have a brain tumor. Or their brain could just be weirdly lumpy, not sure. There's a chance you might have seen some of Your Local Noobs animations with them on their channel. But let me know what you think. Did I do your character justice? And in that same vein, you think it's good enough for Art Fight? I've been thinking about maybe doing Art Fight, but I'm not sure about it. Not quite sure if I'm good enough at character art for it, and I'd have to look a lot deeper into how all of Art Fight's everything works, but I think it could be fun from what I've heard. Let me know what you all think. I tried a number of new things with this one, most of which didn't quite work how I wanted, but learning experience. If you want to have a better idea of what I was trying to do, there's the linked long form video where I go through everything I did for this one. So, right after my last short, my dad told me about this Blender add-on called Rigify, and yeah. My armature issues are gone because this... Unlimited posing power! I just tested it. Just did this to test it, and I figured I'd share this with you because... I'm gonna do this. This enables me to do some true. I gotta learn what all these controls are. But this is gonna let me do so many things I was struggling with, and also create something truly cursed. Okay, yeah, no more struggling with armature rigs from me. I was browsing the Blender Reddit when I saw someone asking for help making bismuth. Now, I can't help with the geometry nodes part of the equation they were looking for, but I can help with the texturing, because I thought of how to do it pretty quickly, and after a bit of playing with it, I figured out what I think works relatively well. So firstly, for our bismuth object, we're going to crank the metallic all the way up and drop the roughness real low. Then we are going to add in a noise texture. Take the color output and put it into the base color. Boom. Bismuth. Of course, It's not that simple if you want to have a little more pizzazz to it. Firstly, we'll drop the noise scale a bit, because I think the default is a bit high. And now we will add in 2 copies of hue saturation, making sure it's connected correctly. Crank the saturation of 1 all the way up. That lets us have a more higher iridescence. You can play with it a little. On the other one, we can do the same. We can also lift the value a little on the first one. Play with the hue if you want to change, the hue of it. You can lower the saturation if you want it less iridescent. Lower the value a little. Up the saturation if you want it more. Just put it about like that. And of course, for the, to elevate it from being a flat texture, we will put a bit of displacement and just a little bit of noise. Crank the detail of the noise up and the scale of the displacement down a bit. And yeah, I think this works pretty decently. Of course, you can play with the settings, find what you like more. But I think this is a pretty quick and easy chromatic metal texture setup. I think I'll drop the scale a little bit more. You use all kinds of different texturing if you want it to look different for the displacement, but for the basic metal color, I think this bit works pretty well. Hopefully this helps, and anyone else who's looking for this kind of thing. Despite having worked on this for almost all of today, I am nowhere near done. But I have a massive headache, and it is almost dinner time, so I'm going to stop here and let you see what I've got so far. I wanted to do a bit more with Earth, but Blender has started to crash on me when I work with this one, so on to Fire. I probably should have looked at some reference footage of a bird or bat flying for a little bit before I started animating this, but, But I did figure out how to make wings and rig them to work properly, and how to model a quadruped. I mean, the model is a little janky, but again. And so the drill spins and the spiral expands ever outwards, for little by little with each turn, we grow and evolve, advancing beyond our past and spinning ever onward onto the future. Philosophy. But insomnia-fueled Gurren Lagann-flavored ramblings aside, it is getting close to the deadline of the current Community Art Showcase, which, if you haven't seen it yet, the prompt for is weaponry. If you want to take part, make something with said prompt and post it to the channel Discord by the end of the 31st, where they will then be compiled and commented upon, with credit of course, in the next Community Art Showcase video. So again, you want to take part, make something with the prompt of weaponry before the end of the 31st and post it to the channel Discord.